Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my first video. For those who don't know, I'm Becky Farag, even though probably everyone watching this is just friends and family. I'm starting this channel because even though I love makeup and I wear makeup probably every day of my life, I feel like on YouTube there aren't a ton of channels that show more quick everyday makeup. Like you usually just see like full beat type channels, and I love full beat. But, you know, for me, because I just graduated college, about to start dental school, you just really can't do that every day. And I wanted to start this as a space for people to kind of see like what real people wearing makeup do every single day, and kind of new different techniques that you might not see on every other channel. I know for myself especially, I'm allergic to like most liquid products, so like I can't even wear foundation or concealer, so I've really had to adapt what I've learned like on YouTube and start like my own style of makeup, and it's been super fun. So on this channel, if I keep making videos, I definitely want to show my style of makeup, bring on other people, and show like more of a classic full beat and like what I like to do with my friends, and my life as a college student, or when I was in college, my life in dental school, just everyday life, definitely how I take care of my curls. I'm Egyptian, I have crazy curls, so that's a whole thing. And yeah, that's what I want to be doing. So if anyone is watching this, let me know what you want to see in any other future video. To my friends watching this, thank you for making me do YouTube. And we're gonna get into it. Today what I wanted to do is show the type of glam I'll do on like a day when I have like a little bit more time, but like not like a lot of time, because like we never have a lot of time. So it's more than just like running out the door, but it's less than like a full glam. And like I said, I can't wear foundation, I can't wear concealer. I have incredibly sensitive skin, super dry skin. So for me, it's all about like getting like a dewy, radiant look with not a lot of product, but still to look like put together, and like you tried, but like it didn't take a lot of time. Like that's the type of look I'll be trying to show you all today, and hopefully, you know, you can pick something up. And in the future, like I really hope that we can get some more people on the channel, and I can show different types of looks and different techniques and just, you know, my life. So that's it. So if you want to see that kind of look, I'll show you.
Hello everyone, this is Creepy Editing Becky. I just want to let you all know that I will be going out of focus a lot in this video because it's my first video, and I realized that I had my eyeshadow palette like very far away from my face, and that's why I keep moving too much. And the person I'm talking to is my sister behind the camera, so just keep that in mind when you're moving into the tutorial. Okay, thanks.
So right now I'm wearing this e.l.f. brow pencil. It's a couple of bucks, like super cheap. You can get it from the drugstore, and it's a neutral brown. I like using neutral tones with my skin because whenever I use like medium brown, dark brown, it pulls really warm. And then also on my brows, I'm wearing the Colourpop Brow Boss Gel, like this one. It's the clear, well, it's supposed to be clear, but it goes on white. And it's kind of scary, but then you tap it out and it's incredible. I saw this on Kathleen Lights' videos. She like swears by it, and it's really good. And it gives you like more of like the feathery look. So that's what I'm wearing on my brows. And then on my face, I'm just wearing Glossier Cloud Paint. So this one, it's the one in Haze. Everyone loves it, everyone talks about it. It's actually really worth it. I'm gonna do a little YouTuber thing. Glossier Cloud Paint.
That didn't work.
Super good. Love it. It's like really good for, you know, just like an everyday, because I was just getting ready super quickly this morning. And then like my secret, it's not really a secret, but it's what I like to do, is I have Aquaphor on my cheeks. This is how you get like the, my hand doesn't matter. This is how you get like the dewy look. And like I said, I really can't use like cream products. Like cream highlight, it'll even irritate my skin. I have like really dumb skin. But Aquaphor will give you like that like really radiant like dewy look, and you don't even have to buy like a liquid highlighter. It's kind of ridiculous. So I have that kind of like everywhere. And I just have like chapstick. I think that's it. Yeah, oh, and I curled my eyelashes. So right now I'm gonna try and like oomph up that look. Okay, so you have like a few minutes in the morning, you wanna look kind of glam but not too glam, that's how you're gonna do it. What I start with is I like to take my Glossier Wowder. This is in the shade light medium. So since I said I can't use liquid foundation, I like to use kind of like a powder product. I have clear skin. I used to have cystic acne, but I, you know, have a great dermatologist to clear that up. So I really don't need a lot of coverage. If you do need a lot of coverage, you can use a powder foundation or your, you know, good base routine. But I really like the Wowder because it kind of, it'll blur your pores really well. It's just a very light product, so it's so easy to use, and I'll just kind of dust it everywhere. like I'm doing right now. And I'll just kind of put it all over. And I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it gives you like just the nicest finish, and it's so easy. And I really like to use Wowder on my clients when I'm doing their makeup as like baking all over after like liquid products. So even if you're not someone like me that doesn't wear a ton of makeup on their face, it's a really good product to incorporate into your liquid routines as well, and it's just really pretty under the eye. Like, I can't speak enough about Wowder. It really is like the wow powder. Like, it's kind of like, it's better than a powder. Okay, next I'm going to take the NYX HD Finishing Powder. This is a really good banana powder because, like I said, no concealer. And it really is good to brighten under the eyes. And even if you wear concealer, I would say this is a really good powder if you don't feel like baking, because it really brightens up under the eyes. So I like to take kind of a small dome brush. This is by Morphe. It was in like some Elite collection. It was like $50-something, the whole collection. So this is a pretty good brush. And I like to take this small brush, I dip into the powder, and I just like to pack it under my eyes in lieu of concealer. That's a fun word. And it just brightens up, because I do have a little bit of darkness under here. I would say like my biggest secret of having like nice under eyes is just really staying hydrated under there. Like, my biggest secret in general, other than like a great dermatologist and like lots of prescription medication, is just a great moisturizer and keeping your under eyes like super moisturized at all times. And my favorite moisturizer is the Vanicream Moisturizing Skin Cream. This stuff is from the drugstore. You get a humongous tub, and my dermatologist swears by it, and I've been on it forever. And it makes a whole difference, and especially in my under eyes. Like, my under eyes used to be so crusty and dark, but with a good moisturizer, it brightens up, and banana powder really helps too. So I'm just packing this on and brightening up my under eyes. And if I wasn't talking about this routine, I probably would have been done with it by now. It's really fast, but you look like really awake. So I'm done with that, and now I like to highlight. Like I said, I like to look really dewy and radiant, and after like my skincare, I already look pretty dewy and radiant. But what especially helps is a really good highlighter. And most of my products tend to be like drugstore affordable, because for the most part I have to buy my own makeup. Like, my parents are wonderful, and you know, I get a lot of nice gifts, but like, I do have to buy my own makeup. And like, the one high-end product that like I swear by is this Hourglass Strobing palette. I'm not going to tilt it too much because everything's broken in here. It's the Ambient Strobe Light palette. It is so good. I really like the pink shade. Oh, pink shade right here. I don't want it to break, so it's right here if you can see it. If you can't, pull it up on Sephora. It is so good. It kind of makes your skin look wet. And that's all I'm going for. It's just to constantly look like my skin is just soaked. And I just kind of put this everywhere. Like, you guys know where to highlight. So all the cheekbones. And I like to use this small fluff brush. I think that's what it's called. It's the Colourpop F5 brush. Again, Kathleen Lights talked about this a lot, because it really just like hugs the cheek. And I'm just dipping into that pink shade. And I'm also going bridge of the nose, above the brow bone, basically everywhere. I like to take it in the inner corner of the eye as well, just to brighten up there, just with my pinky. And I like to go under the brow bone. And it is just like such a stunning highlighter. And I just think it makes a difference. And if you don't have any time, you could stop there. But one of my favorite things to do, other than highlighter, is bronzer. And my favorite bronzer combination, probably of all time, is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm not going to talk that much about it because everyone's obsessed with it. And the e.l.f. Pointed Powder Brush. An amazing combination from the drugstore. Like, you can't beat it. And it rivals like any high-end combo I've ever tried in my life. So I'm just gonna kind of put that absolutely everywhere. And this brush is so good because it contours and it bronzes like at the same time, because it's just so pointed and firm but also fluffy. And I know I look like an idiot when I do this, but I feel like it's kind of hard not to. So I'm just bronzing up under the jaw, kind of just everywhere. I really like to go in on the cheeks because I'm so pale and it's just so necessary, and I really don't have any bone structure. I was not blessed in that department, and I like to go in on the forehead. My forehead isn't like that big, but you know, I don't know. It's kind of just what you do. You know, like when all those beauty gurus just like tell you to do something and you kind of just learn to do it. That's kind of the point. And I could sit here like all day and just bronze. I don't contour my nose though. I feel like my nose is pretty proportionate to my face. So I just kind of like to dust the bronzer around it. And I think that's it for the bronzer. Next is blush. I love blush. I feel like people always skip blush, but I love blush. And I kind of mix it up. I usually stick to drugstore blushes. I don't think that you need to go ham on blush. I do have like the Anastasia blush, but my favorite blushes usually are the Wet n Wild blushes. This one is Mellow Wine. I also really like the Burt's Bees blushes. People have been raving about those recently. And I'm just going to take some of this, you know, the usual blush locations. And I really like this Morphe brush. It's the B5. I like to use stippling brushes for blush. I just feel like they deposit the color pretty lightly and you can kind of blend it out. I don't know if you noticed, but I like to do highlighter, bronzer, and then blush because I think it's just an easy way to blend things quickly. When you do it a different way, it can look kind of choppy, and then you have to make sure that like everything's kind of blended together. So if you're in a rush, try that if things haven't been blending well, but that's just the way I like to do things. And see how I like to start in the back of, what's this part of your face called? Like the back of my face, like almost next to my ears. Really trying to blend in that contour with the highlight. And I go in with blush. That's like a preference, but I just think it looks really good with my skin tone. And then I just think it kind of marries everything together. Okay, moving to eyes. This is super simple. Like on my day-to-day, I really don't like to touch an eyeshadow palette because when I start touching eyeshadow palettes, things get complicated very quickly. So my favorite color to put through my eyes is from the Wet n Wild Duo and Caramel Toffee. I used to use Dulce de Leche, but I think Caramel Toffee looks better in my skin tone. And I really like this bronzer for my crease. So I'll just kind of dust it everywhere. Crease brush I like to use is from that same Morphe Elite collection. I'm sorry, there's no numbers, but it's just like a fluffy crease brush. And I don't use a primer on my day-to-day. If I am going to use like an eyeshadow primer, it'll probably be like the Urban Decay one, like this one. The one that everyone uses. And then I'll just set it with the Wowder. But usually, because I don't have oily eyelids, like I'll just kind of leave them be. And I'm just going to dust this bronzer like everywhere through my crease. Like it really, like it's not a hard thing to do. And I like to leave my fingers kind of at the edge of the brush, like a really light hand, because I think that's like how you get like a really diffused color. When your fingers are too close to like the front of the brush, that's how things get like really like dark really fast, and we're just trying to get like a wash of brown. And I really just think this makes you look like way more awake than if you didn't have anything in your crease, but that's just a preference. Like you could totally just like put on mascara and go, but I like to just kind of define the eye. And I'm just doing the same thing on the other eye. Even when I'm just putting one shadow through my crease, it's really all about blending for me. Like I just like to keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And that might sound kind of time consuming, and I know, like I said, this was like a fast look. It really is. Like it doesn't take a lot of time just to kind of blend things out. It's just gonna look so much better than if you just kind of threw something and left. And it honestly kind of feels good when, you know, you spend some time to like put something through your crease. That sounds weird, but like once that gets to like a nice point, I like to take a small kind of fluffy pencil brush. This one is also from Morphe, that same Elite collection. And that, like it seems, like I got a lot of brushes in that collection. It was really good. And I like to squint my eyes like this, try and find like that kind of crease in my eyeball. And I like to define that and kind of make like a stack, if that makes any sense. I think it makes your eyes kind of squintier and cuter. Just right under there. And that's where I like to put color under my eye. It's so easy. You don't have to blend anything. I just throw it right there. And it just kind of makes it seem like you tried more. And then after that, I just take that same blending brush, go back over everything. Just so easy, but like look how that kind of elevated everything. and you're starting to get like a way more complete look now. So now I'm going to do mascara. Mascara is kind of a must for me as long as I put something in my eyes. My favorite mascara, probably maybe of all time, is the Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Lash Extension Mascara with lengthening fibers. It's a purple tube one. It's like $2.99, and sometimes you can get them like buy one get one 50% off at Ulta. So like I stock up. Super, super good, totally worth it. My favorite high-end mascara is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. My friend got me like one for my birthday, and it's incredible. So, but you know, I can't really tell myself to get an expensive mascara when there's just so many good drugstore options. Like, it's just not something you have to spend money on. And I'm just gonna coat and coat and coat. I have to do bottom lashes. You totally don't have to, but that's just my thing. And this just takes me a while, but you know, if you're fast at mascara, then you have a skill that the rest of us don't have. Going into the other eye. And bottom lashes. I don't like to stick the wand back in for bottom lashes because then it gets too wet, but you can. I don't. So I use whatever's left on the wand to just go in for my bottom lashes. Okay, so I'm just going to touch up my brows a little bit with the same products I was talking about just because I kind of ruined them with the bronzer. I just like to spoolie them up. I know brows are super boring to watch, but then I kind of get mad at people that skip through their brows, so I don't know what to say about that. And I just like to fill in the tail of my brow because my brows are like pretty defined as they are, but the tails are like non-existent. And I'll just kind of wipe it with my finger or a Q-tip or something because I always get out of the line. And you know, I don't wear concealer, so I don't really clean it up with concealer, but you can totally do that at this step. And you know, I tend to do that on people if I mess up their brows. But for me, Q-tips are my best friend because, you know, they don't really have anything underneath there to ruin. Whenever I mess up my mascara, I was going with Q-tips too. And see how I said it like goes on white, so these look kind of funky, but then I just tap it out and then it just looks great. I really love this brow gel. And for lips, you can really do whatever you want with this look. It's like so plain, like it's really easy, even though like your eyes just kind of wake up after that. But for me, I really don't do much. Like either I'll just keep it just with chapstick, or most of the time I'll just put on a gloss. The one I've been liking a lot lately is this e.l.f. just clear lip lacquer. It's like $2, and I just think it kind of oomps up the lips a little more than like chapstick. I'm just gonna put this all over. Super easy. You can throw it in your bag. It kind of tastes weird. It's like very chemical-y, so I don't know what that, but it hasn't like irritated my skin, and like lots of lip products do. Look at little bumps. Maybe I should stop talking. But it just looks so pretty. That's the look. So yeah, that's everything. Just a very simple, everyday look. I can literally do this in like less than 10 minutes out the door, but you look so put together. I get so many compliments on this look, which kind of offends me because people don't compliment me when I really try, but they'll compliment this. So try it out. Feel free to like mix it up with your regular base routine. I know it's not helpful that I didn't show foundation and concealer, but I really can't ever wear that on myself. So I'm sure that I'll bring on other people and I'll show the full-on beat if that's what you all want, whoever decides to watch this. But thank you so much for spending the time to watch this video, and hopefully there'll be more. Bye.